The night was bitterly cold as the group of dinosaurs, including Rexy, Zeb, Spino, Indy, Ripper, Spike, Blue, and their Velociraptor teammates, found themselves shivering heavily in the freezing weather. They stumbled upon a functional airport hangar, where they discovered SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, sleeping peacefully. Seeking warmth, they entered the hangar and huddled together on the cold floor, trying to stay warm under a thin blanket. As they lay there, shivering and coughing from the cold, Rexy let out a heavy sigh. "I can't take this cold much longer," she muttered, her breath visible in the icy air. Zeb, the male Giganotosaurus, nodded in agreement. "I feel like I'm going to freeze to death," he chattered through clenched teeth. Spino, the bipedal Spinosaurus, sneezed loudly, his nostrils turning red from the cold. "I wish we had some more blankets," he sniffled, wrapping himself tighter in the thin covering. Indy, the formidable Indominus Rex, looked around at her companions. "We need to find a way to stay warm," she said, her voice tinged with urgency. Ripper, the sleek Indoraptor, groaned in discomfort. "I hate this weather," he grumbled, his sharp teeth chattering uncontrollably. Spike, the Scorpius Rex, clicked his claws together in agitation. "I can't take much more of this," they hissed, their tail curling around them for warmth. Blue, the leader of the Velociraptor pack, glanced at her teammates. "We need to find a solution fast," she urged, her eyes narrowing in determination. Just then, Rexy noticed SCP-682 sleeping soundly in the corner of the hangar. "Maybe he can help us," she suggested, nodding towards the massive reptile. The group approached SCP-682 cautiously, unsure of how the creature would react to their presence. But to their surprise, the monster stirred slightly and opened his eyes, regarding them with a neutral expression. "Can you help us stay warm?" Rexy asked tentatively, her voice laced with hope. SCP-682 considered the request for a moment before using his telekinetic abilities to create another blanket for the shivering dinosaurs. He added it to the pile, and the group gratefully huddled closer together, the extra layer providing much-needed warmth. As they settled in for the night, Rexy thanked SCP-682 for his help. "You're not so bad after all," she murmured, a hint of gratitude in her voice. The other dinosaurs nodded in agreement, their expression softening towards the enigmatic creature. "Thank you for helping us," Spino said, his eyes shining with appreciation. SCP-682 merely nodded in response, a glimmer of satisfaction in his eyes. "I'm glad I could assist you," he rumbled, his tone surprisingly gentle. With the additional blanket and the warmth of their companions, the dinosaurs finally began to relax. They snuggled closer together, finding comfort in each other's presence as they drifted off to sleep. In the quiet of the hangar, the gentle sounds of their breathing filled the air, a peaceful lullaby in the midst of the cold winter night. And as they slept, a sense of camaraderie and unity formed among the diverse group of dinosaurs, bound together by their shared struggle and the warmth of their newfound friendship. And so, under the watchful gaze of SCP-682, the group of shivering dinosaurs found solace and comfort in each other, their bodies finally at rest as they embraced the quiet stillness of the night. Words, 562. The group of dinosaurs, including Rexy, Zeb, Spino, Indy, Ripper, Spike, Blue, and others, were shivering heavily in the freezing cold winter snowfall night. Their sharp teeth were chattering, and their powerful bodies were shaking vigorously as they struggled to withstand the extreme weather. They stumbled upon a warm hangar inside the airport where SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, was sleeping peacefully. Rexy, who was feeling sick, tried to go out to confront Godzilla, who was roaming outside the airport. However, SCP-682 stopped her and insisted that he could handle the situation. Rexy, reluctantly accepting his words, stood inside the warm hangar with her arms crossed, watching as SCP-682 battled and devoured Godzilla. After the intense battle, Rexy casually asked SCP-682 how the food was, to which he replied that it was exhilarating. SCP-682 closed the door with his bladed tail and returned to sleeping on the floor inside the warm hangar. Rexy, feeling a sense of peace after the confrontation with Godzilla, snuggled near her dinosaur companions under the warm blanket and drifted off to sleep. Meanwhile, Big T Mother T-Rex was seen nuzzling near her adolescent daughter T-Rex, Little E.T., underneath the blanket, calling her sweetheart and smiling as they rested peacefully after the eventful night. As they all slept peacefully inside the warm hangar, the sound of the snowfall outside added a sense of tranquility to the scene. The dinosaurs, despite their differences and struggles, found solace in each other's company in the warmth of the hangar. The dialogue between the dinosaurs, though brief, conveyed a sense of camaraderie and mutual understanding. Each character had their own voice and personality, adding depth to the story. Overall, the story was a blend of action, suspense, and heartwarming moments, showcasing the resilience and unity of the dinosaur group in the face of adversity. The creative use of SCP-682 as a formidable ally added an exciting twist to the narrative, keeping the readers engaged till the end. Words, 333. The freezing cold winter snowfall night enveloped the airport in an icy chill, causing the group of shivering dinosaurs to seek refuge inside a warm hangar. Rexy, Zeb, Spino, Indy, Ripper, Spike, Blue, and their Velociraptor teammates huddled together underneath a blanket, their bodies shaking uncontrollably from the cold. Their sharp teeth chattered as they tried to warm themselves, but the cold seemed to seep into their bones. As they lay on the floor, Rexy let out a heavy sigh, her breath visible in the cold air. Zeb, the Giganotosaurus, groaned in discomfort, while Spino wrapped his arms around himself in a futile attempt to retain heat. Indy, the fearsome Indominus Rex, sneezed and coughed, her sickly green skin betraying her illness. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a hangar with warm interiors within the airport. Inside, they found SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, sleeping peacefully. The dinosaurs hesitated at first, unsure of what to do. But the warmth beckoned them, and they entered the hangar, seeking relief from the biting cold. As they lay down on the floor, SCP-682 stirred and, sensing their discomfort, used its bladed tail to create another blanket for them. The dinosaurs gratefully accepted the gesture, wrapping themselves in the double layer of warmth. Soon, their shivers began to subside, and they closed their eyes, drifting off to sleep. But their rest was interrupted by the sound of Godzilla outside. Rexy, always ready for a fight, moved to confront the massive beast. However, SCP-682 intervened, using its immense power to defeat Godzilla and consume its body. The other dinosaurs watched in awe as their unassuming ally proved its strength. As the night wore on, Rexy and the others settled back down to sleep. Big E.T., the mother T-Rex, nuzzled her adolescent daughter, Little E.T., calling her sweetheart in her sleep. The scene was one of peace and camaraderie, as the dinosaurs found comfort and safety in each other's presence. The next morning, the sun rose on a new day. The dinosaurs awoke, feeling rested and rejuvenated. Their illnesses had subsided, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they prepared to leave the hangar, Rexy turned to SCP-682 and thanked it for its help. The unlikely alliance between the dinosaurs and SCP-682 had proved to be a powerful one. Together, they had overcome adversity and found strength in unity. As they set out into the world once more, they knew that they could rely on each other in times of need. And so, the group of shivering dinosaurs and their mysterious ally ventured forth, united in their determination to navigate the unpredictable world around them. In the end, they discovered that true courage and friendship could be found in the most unexpected of places. In the warm hangar, the group of shivering dinosaurs lay beneath the blankets, their bodies still trembling from the cold. Rexy, the female adult T-Rex, let out a deep sigh, her breath visible in the frigid air. She turned to the others, her sharp teeth chattering as she spoke. I can't believe how cold it is out there, Rexy grumbled, her voice low and gravelly. I feel like I'll never be warm again. Zeb, the male Giganotosaurus, nodded in agreement, his own teeth chattering loudly. I know what you mean, Rexy. This cold is unbearable. Spino, the bipedal Spinosaurus, let out a raspy cough, his sickly green eyes blinking rapidly. I feel like I'm going to freeze to death, he croaked. Indy, the Indominus Rex, sniffled loudly, wiping her nose with a clawed hand. I hate this weather. I wish we were back in Jurassic World where it's always warm. As the dinosaurs shivered and groaned, Blue, the female Velociraptor, approached them with a determined look in her yellow eyes. We need to find a way to stay warm, she declared, her voice sharp and commanding. We can't let this cold defeat us. The other dinosaurs nodded in agreement, their eyes bright with determination. They knew they had to find a solution to their freezing predicament. Just then, SCP-682, the indestructible reptile, stirred from its sleep. It gazed at the shivering dinosaurs with its multiple glowing eyes, a sense of calm radiating from its massive form. Leave this to me, SCP-682 rumbled, its voice deep and resonant. I will take care of the cold. You all need to rest and recover. Rexy hesitated, her dinosaur instincts telling her to fight alongside SCP-682. But she knew the powerful creature was right. She needed to conserve her strength and heal from their sickness. Reluctantly, she nodded, curling up beneath the blanket and closing her eyes. The other dinosaurs followed suit, their bodies finally starting to relax as the warmth seeped into their chilled bones. Outside, the sound of Godzilla's roars echoed through the airport. Rexy tensed, ready to spring into action, but SCP-682 raised a bladed tail, motioning for her to stay put. As the battle raged on outside, the dinosaurs felt a sense of peace wash over them. They knew they were safe with SCP-682 watching over them. Once the sounds of battle had subsided, SCP-682 returned to the hangar, a satisfied gleam in its glowing eyes. It closed the door with a flick of its tail and settled back down on the floor, ready to resume its slumber. Rexy gazed at the sleeping creature, a sense of gratitude filling her massive heart. She knew they were lucky to have such a powerful ally on their side. As she nestled close to her companions, she heard a soft snuffling sound. Turning, she saw Big E.T., the mother T-Rex, nuzzling her daughter, Little E.T., calling her sweetheart in her sleep. A warmth filled Rexy's chest as she watched the tender moment between mother and daughter. Despite the harsh conditions they faced, there was still love and comfort to be found in their little makeshift family. With a contented sigh, Rexy closed her eyes and drifted off to sleep, the sounds of her companions' breathing lulling her into a peaceful slumber. And so, in the midst of the freezing cold winter night, the dinosaurs found solace and warmth in each other's company, thankful for the strange and powerful ally that watched over them in their time of need. Words, 591. The freezing cold winter snowfall night was unforgiving, as the group of dinosaurs found themselves shivering heavily while roaming aimlessly outside an abandoned airport. Rexy, the fierce female adult T-Rex from Jurassic World, sighed heavily as she struggled to withstand the extreme weather. Zeb, the male adult Giganotosaurus from the Jurassic World Dominion movie, Spino, the male adult bipedal Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3, Indy, the female Indominus Rex from Jurassic World, Ripper, the Indoraptor from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Spike, the neutral gender Scorpius Rex, and the mother-daughter T-Rex duo, Big E.T. and Little E.T., all huddled together, shivering and groaning in pain. As they stumbled upon a functional hangar within the airport, they sought refuge from the biting cold. To their surprise, they found SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, sleeping peacefully inside the warm hangar. Despite their sickness and weakness, the dinosaurs managed to lie down on the cold floor underneath the blanket, seeking comfort from the warmth. Blue, the female adult Velociraptor from Jurassic World, requested SCP-682 to make another blanket for them. Using its telekinetic abilities, SCP-682 conjured a second blanket, providing extra warmth for the group. They all laid down, feeling a sense of relief as they finally began to relax. However, their sickness had taken its toll on them, causing them to sneeze and cough incessantly. Their bodies turned sickly green, and their eyes showed signs of exhaustion. As they tried to rest, Godzilla, the colossal beast, appeared outside the hangar, roaming within the airport grounds. Rexy, the powerful T-Rex, stood up, ready to confront the monster. But SCP-682 intervened, using its bladed tail to prevent her from leaving the safety of the hangar. Despite Rexy's protests, SCP-682 insisted that it could handle Godzilla on its own. Reluctantly, Rexy agreed and watched as SCP-682 engaged in a fierce battle with the massive beast. Using its immense strength and otherworldly powers, SCP-682 managed to defeat Godzilla, devouring its entire body and returning to the hangar unscathed. Rexy inquired about the battle, curious to know how SCP-682 had fared. The neutral creature simply replied that it was exhilarating, before returning to sleep. As the night grew quieter, the dinosaur settled down, with Big E.T. nuzzling her adolescent daughter, Little E.T., underneath the blanket. The mother T-Rex affectionately called her daughter sweetheart, a touching moment of connection and love amidst the chaos. Eventually, as the cold night gave way to a new day, the dinosaurs rested peacefully inside the warm hangar, grateful for the shelter and protection offered by SCP-682. Despite the challenges they faced, they found solace in each other's company and the unexpected bond they shared with the enigmatic creature. The night had been a test of their resilience and strength, but in the end, they emerged victorious, united in their survival and camaraderie. Words, 478. The dinosaurs all lay huddled together, shivering heavily as they tried to keep warm underneath the double layers of blankets. Rexy, the female adult T-Rex, let out a heavy sigh as she looked around at her companions. "It's so cold," she said, her voice slow and gravelly from being sick. "I wish we could just sleep in peace." Zeb, the male Giganotosaurus, nodded in agreement. "I can't take this cold anymore. My teeth won't stop chattering." Spino, the bipedal Spinosaurus, coughed and sneezed. "I feel like death warmed over. I just want to sleep and forget about this freezing weather." Indy, the Indominus Rex, wrapped herself tighter in the blanket. "I can't believe we're all sick. This is terrible." Ripper, the Indoraptor, groaned in pain. "I feel like I've been hit by a truck. This cold is unbearable." Spike, the Scorpius Rex, shifted uncomfortably. "I never thought I'd miss the warm climate of our home so much. This cold is making me miserable." Blue, the Velociraptor, looked out the window at the snow falling outside. "I just want to sleep and forget about this frozen nightmare." As they all settled back down to try and rest, they heard a noise outside. Rexy raised her head and saw SCP-682, the indestructible monster reptile, sleeping peacefully. She approached him cautiously, but SCP-682 stirred and stopped her with his bladed tail. "Leave this to me," he said in his calm, neutral tone. "I can handle it. You all need to rest and get better." Rexy hesitated, but ultimately returned to lie down with the others. She watched as SCP-682 effortlessly defeated Godzilla and devoured the massive beast. Returning to the warm hangar, SCP-682 closed the door with his tail and settled back down to sleep. Rexy stared at him for a moment before finally closing her eyes and drifting off to sleep. In her dreams, she saw Big E.T., the mother T-Rex, nuzzling her adolescent daughter, Little E.T., and calling her sweetheart as they snuggled together under the blanket. A smile graced Big E.T.'s jawline as she watched over her daughter, ensuring her safety and comfort in their tenuous situation. The dinosaurs all slept peacefully, their shivers and aches forgotten in the warmth of the hangar. And as the snow fell outside, they rested easy, knowing that they were safe and cared for in each other's company. The bond between them grew stronger in the face of adversity, and they found solace in each other's presence. As the night passed and the cold slowly receded, the dinosaurs slept on, dreaming of warmer days and brighter tomorrows. And in that moment of tranquility, they knew that together, they could overcome any obstacle that came their way.